Hello everyone, welcome to Learn for Exam. In this video, we'll be talking is 2020, that is 2020, a bad year for all of us or not? And I'll be pointing out some major information related to the job market and the future MBA market. But before we start, you already know that we have an MBA 2020 batch that's going on, right? It will start from the 10th of May. If you need any information, you can contact on this number. These are the features. We'll have live classes from 9 p.m., which you can access from phone, tablet, or PC. You'll be having 300 plus live sessions, 150 plus basic and shortcut videos. You'll be having advanced workshops, which would be focusing on practice and shortcuts. Then you can download the videos and watch them later as well. And these would be the books that would be sent to you once the lockdown is over. As of now, we are also giving you an online version of the book, and you have a doubt group that in which you can cater all your doubts to. Right, we'll be also having an online test series, all India test series, which would cover everything, every exam that is being conducted in India. Right, and then Match Snap, the specialty batch of Learn for Exam, you'll be having 100 plus live sessions, 150 plus basic and shortcut videos. You'll be having the Nmat Snap ebook, which is a very, very good product that we have developed. And we'll be also having 3 other books that would be delivered to your home as well. You'll be also getting access to the Nmat Snap test series. So these are the test series. We'll be having 30 CAT, 15 Nmat, 10 Snap, and all these test series. If you have any questions, any doubt, you can contact on this number, and our team will help you out. So yes, before I start, the last thing that I would want to tell you is go to Learn for Exam if you have not registered yet, and we'll be having these free tests. So please make sure you give these free tests. So this will help you out to prepare in a much better way. Right. So we'll be tackling is 2020 a bad year or not in this video, and what will I be covering? I'll be covering the current job market, the future job market, and what would be the difficulty level of the exams that you would be taking. I hope you would be taking some of the other MBA exams this year, right? So let's start. The current job market. Now, the current job market is very, very unpredictable, right? You do not know whether your job, if you're working personal, right? You do not know whether your job would sustain another 2, 3 months or not. It completely depends upon your company. It completely depends upon the work that your company does, right? So, a lot of sales companies or manufacturing companies are not working on their levels right now. So, they are having very high job cuts, right? That is the reason the market is very, very unpredictable. You'll be having there are job losses and pay cuts. So previously we used to seek increments, but now the companies are giving us by us I mean the normal people who are working in the industry, they are being given pay cuts, right? Then the industry is also stagnant. You cannot bring in new products, new services into the market, because all of the industry is at halt presently. Now, previously, what used to happen is whenever I used to take a switch from from one job to the other, I would have had, let's say, a 40% increment, or my salary would have been 50% higher than the previous one. But now, when there are job switches from major companies to another companies, then there are no increments given. The level of increments have gone down severely, and there are also cuts reported. So previously, when the person was seeking a 40% increment, a hike on his salary, now he's also accepting a salary in which he's getting a 30% cut. So if he had a 10 lakh package, he was getting 7 lakhs, right? And lastly, the MBA internships and full-time roles have also suffered the same way, because also again the MBA internships and full-time roles are also in the same companies, right? Same group of companies. So if the companies are suffering, these would also suffer. So this is the current job market. It's unpredictable, and we do not know how would it work in the next 2 to 3 months, rather the entire year, I would say. What about the future job market? A lot of questions that a lot of people have. Again, that is also unpredictable. You do not know where the coronavirus is heading. Today only we reported 4 million cases, if I'm not wrong, in a worldwide basis, right? And we do not know whether lockdown is going to end, whether industries are going to start. So it's completely unpredictable. We do not know what is going to happen in the next 2, 3 months. Let's say August, we do not know what's going to happen in August or the end of the year. But with every deep dive, there's a high rise, right? So when industries would shut down, when they reopen, they'll try to maximize their profit. They try to work more, and that is a very very good aspect that you can bench upon, and that would lead to an industry boom, right? So what would happen is, after the lockdown ends, everyone would try to maximize their profits, make new clients, and for that they would require new people to get the work done. That would create opportunities for you people, right? And that is something that people are really keeping their focuses on. There are two things that has been seen in this COVID-19 situation. One is the work from home tendency. Big companies like Infosys, TCS, in which around 10% of the people were already working from home, realized that yes, by the year 2022 or 2023, around 50 to 60% of their workforce, and this is a news article that I was reading, around 50 to 60% of the workforce will be going through the work from home phases, right? So they would be working from home only. The second would be the government jobs affinity. And why is it so? Because of this unpredictable nature, there might be events in the future as well. God forbids that there are none. But yeah, if there's a situation like this again, then again there would be job cuts, pay cuts, job losses and such things. So people are more into government jobs in which they at least are secured with their jobs. So that is also something that uh, people are focusing on. And if any one of you are preparing for a government job exam, make sure that you prepare well, because the competition is going to be tough this year. Again, salaries would be the last point that I wanted to discuss now. uh, you can interpret salaries perspective in two manner. First, if there's a high rise, if I need a lot of people, will I be giving a lot of salaries? Maybe not, because I'll be again at a growing stage, right? So salaries might be cut. But if you look at companies which are paying good, which are would be in the services sector, I guess the salaries there would be booming a lot. But also keep in mind that if there's a recession, companies won't be paying you that much, or the increments that you would be having won't be that much. For example, you can look at the trends that you had in 2008, right after we had the recession in India or the entire world. You can keep that as a you can consult that as your benchmark, not a benchmark, rather a source of information, right? And let's now focus on the exam difficulty. Now, if exam difficulty is considered, I would not comment anything on the paper difficulty, because obviously I'm not making the paper, right? So whoever is making the paper, it will completely depend on you. But I hope all of you know that there have been reports that IIM Indore would be conducting CAT this year. So there might be changes in that respect. You can look that up. We have a video on that. But again, we have no idea about the exam difficulty. What we know is the preparedness of students. So basically, in the past, what used to happen is working people, students who were in college, they used to study for 1 to 2 hours a day, because they had to travel, they had to go out with their friends to party, to play games and all sorts of things. But right now, all of them are right at their homes, right? So these 1 to 2 hours, this timeline has gone up, and that has increased to 3 to 4 hours at an average. So any student that I speak to, they tell me that they're studying for at least 3 to 4 hours. So the competition is tough this year, because everyone is prepared for two reasons. One is they are getting more time, and two, because उनकी जो भूख है, so they are much more into getting a good job in the next coming years, right? So the जो भूख है उनका वो बहुत ज़्यादा, that has increased a lot, right? And then the crowd that you would be facing, the crowd that you would be competing with, is not only bigger in number, larger in size, but it's also a dedicated crowd, as I just mentioned here, that people are preparing in a much more better manner than what they used to prepare more, because the times are changing, right? And lastly, self development. I hope all of you are doing some or the other course for your professional development. Now, once you crack the exam, GDPI this year is going to be difficult. And why is it so? The only reason is there would be a lot more candidates who would be having certifications, who would be having a lot of courses in their name, so they have done a lot of things under their belt, right? So that is something that you also have to keep in mind, that cracking the exam would be difficult, cracking the interview would be more difficult, right? So keep all these things in mind, and you have to prepare well. As far as this is concerned, about the certifications and courses that you can do, we have a video, you can go to that and see that up. So these were the three things that I wanted to discuss in this video. Now, if you want to join N4E classes, Learn for Exam classes, please see these are the reviews for our classes. You can pause the video and see these are the results as well. These would be the reviews. You can pause the video and see. And if you're not connected with us, I hope you are connected on YouTube, but do connect over us with on Facebook, Instagram, Telegram, and Snapchat at Learn for Exam. Right? I hope this video was a bit informative, and it would help you prepare well for the year 2020, whatever is left ahead of us. If you have any concerns, any doubts, please do reach out to us. You have a very good day and take care of yourselves, guys. Bye bye.